Well, hello, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Pamela Leverance. I am better known as the Brick Wall Coach, and I am a business consultant that coaches ambitious, action-oriented Gen X entrepreneurs to run successful, sustainable businesses. And I am happy to come in here and present today on the topic of a morning makeover routine and just what that means to you. How to set up your day for maximum productivity, how to have a positive mindset in order to get your things done. Because that's what we are really all about as business owners, is trying to get as much jam-packed into our day as possible and be as productive as possible, but trying to maintain that balance so that we're taking care of ourselves and all the other 101 things around us. So that is what I am going to talk about today. Let me see. All right. So, sorry, I just moved. So I moved from Connecticut. I was in Connecticut for 51 years, my entire life, and I made a plan with my husband. We set a goal 5 years ago to move to South Carolina. It was something that we both had talked about over the years. We really wanted to do. And we were able to do that this year. So we sold our house earlier this year. We moved in with our oldest daughter for about 3 months, and then we came down here. So we've been back and forth between South Carolina and Connecticut over the last several months, but we are finally getting settled in here. I do not have my office totally set up yet. We are not, well, we're pretty well unpacked, but we're just not decorated. Let's put it that way. I haven't had time. I'm gonna get to that. It's on my list. It's on my to-do list. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today I am going to talk about some of the ways to have a better impact on your day. And the first is we really just want to look at our day as bringing you new opportunities. It's a chance for a fresh start, a chance to do better. And we're basically looking at your day to find out, when I do time audits with people, I pull apart your day so that you are looking at, from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, what happens during all those hours in between. Are we being intentional with our time, and how are we spending it? Is it where is our focus on that? So really, when I talk about a morning routine, it's setting the tone, setting the pace for your entire day. And morning routines are super important because once you do a routine, it becomes a habit. And once you have that habit formed, as you know, it's hard to break habits. It's the same for habits that are considered bad habits. Well, we're talking about good habits. So we're looking for a good routine to set up. For instance, I'm just going to run you through a typical day of mine before I go in and talk about actual ways for you to change. So I get up in the morning and I spend about 20 minutes doing meditation. And then I spend anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes doing an exercise routine, followed by what I call a healthy breakfast. I'm not a huge breakfast person, but I know I need it to fuel my mind and to fuel my body for the day. So I do oatmeal with fruit and nuts most of the time. Sometimes I'll do a smoothie or something like that, just so I'm getting my energy built up for the day. Then I jump in the shower, get myself all ready, jump out, do about a minute of positive affirmations. Then I sit down at my desk or the dining room table, and I take out my paper schedule and I review what I have coming up for the day. So you probably picked up on a couple things. Number one, paper schedule. And I forgot to add way back at the beginning, my number one rule is in the morning, this is time for me to focus on me and get me pumped up for the day. Turning on electronics does not work for me. So I have a rule that there's no computers, no phones, nothing like that, usually for the first, hour or two of the day. The second thing is the paper calendar. It's a backup to my online calendar, and I keep it for a couple reasons. Where I came from, sometimes we would just lose internet service for no reason at all, and I always like to have a backup. And also, I just really like paper. I like the actual checking off of things as I do them. It's kind of person I am. That's my personality type, let's say. So it may not work for everybody, but that's what I do. Then once that's all done, I kick my day off. Now keep in mind, for me that works. It may not work for someone else. My kids are all adults, so they are out of the house. And my husband pretty much knows that the morning routine is mine, not to bug me, not to bother me. Most of the time, he's still sleeping. I'm a morning person, so I get up early and get this all done, and I'm usually in the office no later than 7 a.m. So to me, that's a 5 a.m. rise time, sometimes even 4:30. And again, that works for me. It may not work for other people, but keep this in mind. Like I said, when you start a routine, it's going to form a positive habit. And habits, as we all know, take at minimum of 21 days to keep repetitively doing it over and over. So trying new things is something you have to be open to when you're looking at this. So let me see. I am going to go through. Okay, so the first thing is you want to make sure that when you are starting your day, and I know not everybody does this, but I do hear it from quite a few people I work with, their alarm goes off and they hit snooze. Their alarm goes off again, they hit snooze. I recommend the minute the alarm goes off, you jump out of bed. That's a great way to start your day. You should be so happy and so pumped up about the day that you don't want to stay in bed. Again, is this 100% of the time? Absolutely not, because we wouldn't be human. But that's the best way to start your day and get into that positive routine. And then before you even do anything else, you want to make a list of what your routine is now. Make a list of what works, of what you already do. Don't even bother changing that, because if you already have a routine and that portion of it is working for you throughout your day, then you don't want to touch it. You're only looking at things in your routine that you're doing on an everyday basis that may be red flags to you, or maybe an area that is not working well. And those are the things that you're really going to concentrate on changing. And again, don't pick everything at once. Pick one or two areas that you would like to, change. Something you know will be impactful for you. And I explained what my routine really was. So I want to skip down to, sorry, I'm reading this on my screen again. Office not set up. Usually I have notes on one screen, lives on the other, and I'm sharing today. I'm sharing my computer with my notes. Mornings can be really busy and they can be chaotic. So when I'm speaking about mine, I told you that I don't have any of the outside interruptions. So we'll back up to when I did have the outside interruptions, when my kids were younger and when things were much more hectic. That's when I really started looking at my morning routine and trying to figure out what I could do to make it less chaotic for me. And of course, that's when I started getting up super early. I knew if I did not get up early and have my own peace and quiet for at least 60 minutes, get at least 1 to 2 cups of coffee down before the kids woke up and we had to start our day, that I would be a bear for the rest of the day. So that was a really important piece for me to look at and change right away. And then once everybody's out the door and everything is all set and you are sitting in your office and looking at how your day is laid out in front of you, it's really not about cramming things in, more things into your schedule. You are looking to change how you do those things. And a lot of times it comes down to scaling or structuring your business routines so that you can be more productive. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I hate it when I can't share my screen and I don't have an extra one here. So once you've got that list written out and you've put down, these are the things that I do all day. You've got a column that says, these are the things that work. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You've got a third column that says, these are the things that really aren't working for me. So now you have to figure out a game plan. You want to invent a new game plan. And a lot of times it just comes down to the point of reaching out and getting help in those areas. Are you spending 3 hours checking your email and answering things? Are you spending a lot of time doing administrative tasks or tasks that may not be client or customer oriented? I mean, you got into the business to do what you love, which is working with your clients or your customers or on particular projects for them, not really all the back end piece of your business. So whether that's creating sales funnels or answering those emails or setting up appointments or whatever it might be, you want to be able to try to save time there by setting up systems that will work, processes that will work, reaching out to a virtual assistant or a marketing salesperson or whatever, wherever your need seems to be, so that you can get back to doing the things that you enjoy doing and why you started your business. Once you start doing that, you're going to see the impact this has on your life. When I first laid everything out in front of me and I saw what my schedule looked like, I could see that my calendar was not coordinated to what I actually did. So one of the first things that I did was I brought to life a block kind of scheduling on my calendar, and then I went a step further and I did color coordination depending on what the activity was. So all those activities that I did around my calendar made everything look to me easier to handle, and I could just pick out the certain things I had to do. Making a task list the night before was really super important. I usually make out my list for the entire week on Sunday afternoons. Takes me 10 or 15 minutes. And then each day I have those prioritized. So I'm hitting priority 1 things first. If something's priority 3, or if something pops up, I have to assign it a priority right away. If it's not an urgent matter, it's gonna get put not on the back burner, but it's not going to be put on the schedule for the day because that just whacks everything out of your routine. So you can see the importance of having positive habits and really forming a routine that is going to work for you. The last piece I just wanted to talk to you about is, don't think that just because you have set something up, it's written in stone. You may begin to use it and it doesn't work for you after the 21 days, or it works for you for 3 months or for 6 months, but then something else changes. That's because our priorities shift. A lot of times, our business takes on a shift, and or our personal life does. So we need to always revisit that. And it's really important that you realize that all these steps that we're doing to form positive routines in our life always lead back to that original business plan and those goals we've set for ourselves. It's kind of like all the little small or tiny steps along the way, so that you're seeing a very clear picture of, I'm here and I need to get here. How am I going to do it? And you know that by setting up a routine, treating your business like a business, not like a hobby, and not like being an employee, because you're no longer an employee. This business is yours. You can run it any way that you'd like, but you, I'm sure, would like to have a successful and a sustainable business. So looking at your routines is a really, really important piece of that pie, that graph that we look at when you do your business plan. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. Again, I apologize for, I like to share my screen and do my PowerPoints, but that didn't work out, but that's okay because I was still in here, and I wanted to just let you know that the badass business introvert, like that name called out to me when I can't remember how I stumbled across this, but it was like a stumble across, and it kind of called out to me, because I'm very much an introvert. I enjoy working from home. That's not to say that I did not like working outside of the home, but I really do enjoy working from home, setting my own hours, setting my own schedule, only being accountable for me and what I take on. And the badass part just like called out to me because I thought, what a better combination of words than badass introvert. A lot of people would not think of those two as a combo. So kudos to the name of the group. I thought it was an awesome choice. Hopefully some of this resonated with you. I am going to leave my link to the website here in the live if anybody wants to go check that out and see a little bit more about how I work with people. I do one-on-one, I do group coaching, I do hourly consulting or project consulting with people, anything to do about your business. I build business plans. I do time management and productivity. I actually have a productivity workshop coming up this Friday. And I will leave all that information right in here on the live. All right. Thanks so much again for the opportunity. It was nice to meet everybody. I'll see you in group.